Hello. Can you hear me? Hope you all have been doing well. How are y'all doing? I myself feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill. Well, I only really did that on YouTube. Ah, okay, okay. Gotcha. I see that is my BGM even on? Question mark? Oh, okay, there's my chat BGM. Hello, Brax! Hello! Oh man, what? It's been a bit. I did some lore writing last week, and it was some pretty good stuff. We kind of got into some cursed conversations last time around. Hopefully, this time will be less cursed, I hope. I'm just gonna try my best, really. But if you're in the chat, feel free to let me know how you're all doing. I feel like right now, things are just slowing down, and then the summer is gonna start, and I'm not excited for the summer because unlike everybody else, my schedule is switched. My schedule is switched. So when summer happens, that is my really busy period of work. Spring, fall, winter, not as busy. So summer is when I'm like, gonna cry inside. Oh my goodness. Shadow Wolf Gaming, you got this easy. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different. Usually I have someone helping me to learn something, but this time I'm gonna get myself to learn. So I realized that when I do a co-working stream, it actually makes me finish things because I'm peer pressured to do something. So we're gonna take that co-working stream and put it into game development, at least learning, because I really want to do that. So my personal goal is to make visual novels and maybe RPG Maker-esque games, because those are my two favorite types of indie games. And I'm thinking I could probably make some myself. especially with how much I write. So I'm gonna commit to learning Godot, and then hopefully, if I properly learn Godot, I can collaborate with my group members because they also have Godot experience. I know one of them is very, very experienced with Godot, so I'm really looking forward to learning from her. But let's go ahead and show the screen that I'm up to. As you can see, I just have a website up, and right now I'm looking at the documentation. Something to keep in mind whenever you're learning a new piece of game development software, whether it's RenPy or Godot. Always look at the documentation. It helps a ton. Like, it talks about the introduction, list of features, system requirements. I already downloaded it, so it's all up. I could show you right now. This is the screen that I'll be dealing with. But for now, we are just gonna stick with this. Why? Well, I need to read. I literally just downloaded it and I have not looked at anything else. I just know that this engine can do both visual novels and other types of games. I might try recreating classic games too, but we shall see. So, what is Godot? It's free and an open source community driven 2D and 3D game engine. And this is a whole intro page. There's also offline stuff, but yeah, it's just for 2D and 3D. So, maybe in the future I could play with like a 3D model and have them move, which would be really cool. List of features. Let's see here. Can run both the editor and export project Windows, Mac OS, Linux. Cool. That's a lot of variety. And then editor. It's a scene tree editor, built-in script editor. I'm gonna be learning some GD script. Ooh, gamers says a good example of something that can be done in Godot is KinitoPet. What's KinitoPet? What's KinitoPet? Also, I'm looking at comments on YouTube, so if it looks like I'm just talking to the void, it's because I'm replying to YouTube. Well, the YouTube, it's not really a void. There's a lot of stuff. Visual profile with CPU, live script reloading, plugins. So, in regards to my own personal experience with game dev, it's more, I'm trying to figure out how to word this properly, but in my prior experiences, I've mainly done game jams. 2D graphics, sprite, polygon, line rendering. Okay. Animated sprite 2D. Parallax layers. Ooh. Font rendering. Okay, this is probably the most important bit for me because I want to do a lot of narrative stuff. So I need the fonts. 2D tools. Tile maps. What's tile maps? I want to take a look at this. Ooh. Tile map grid. Oh, okay, I see. 2D physics, 3D graphics. The 3D graphics, I know that's what Kiri is very much into. KinitoPet is a light horror game that pretends to be and act like a virus, that it actually uses things on your computer for the game. Oh, that's pretty cool. And yeah, this has a ton of features. But do I understand it fully? Not yet. Okay, Godot editor, frequently asked questions. What is GDS script and why should I use it? Actually, this is something I wanted to look into because when I was looking into Godot a little bit, they use GD script and it's similar to Python. So I've been wondering why they use their own script personally. So GD script is Godot's integrated scripting language. It's built from the ground up to maximize Godot's potential in the least amount of code for both novice and expert. Okay. If you've ever written anything in a language like Python before, then you'll feel right at home. Ooh, I'm probably going to need this, but we should find a tutorial. Where's the getting started? There we go. That's what we need. Alright, this series will introduce you to Godot and give you an overview of its features. In the following pages, you will get answers to questions such as, is Godot for me? What can I do with Godot? We will then introduce the engine's most essential concepts, run you through the editor's interface, and give you tips to make the most of your time learning it. So let's do the introduction. Oh. Wait, didn't I already do this? Oh, okay, it has pictures this time. Let's see. Anyways, I missed some messages. Anyway, I'm headed to bed. Have a great rest of stream, Sesai. Thanks for being an amazing teacher. Aw, Brex, thank you. And thank you for wishing me a teacher appreciation week. It's really sweet. Shadow, power to you with knowing how to go down these dev paddings. DC, yeah, game dev is relatively complicated. There's a saying in the community about game development. Every game made is a miracle. And it's so true because not only do you need to have people that understand this, you have to coordinate with those people to make the game possible on a well timed schedule that is considerate to them as much as possible. And then, if you are a company, you also have the pressure of trying to complete the game at a certain time period so that by the time we can sell it, we can get enough funds to like support everybody. It's a complicated process. Let me see here. Like at one point, the game pretends to be a sign-up page for a fictional site. It asks for you to register, and when it gets to the address, it'll actually use the search function for you location. Oh, trippy. And also kind of scary because I don't want to do anything with like location stuff. I happen to like my privacy. Let's see here. This article is here to help you figure out whether Godot might be a good fit for you. Actually, let me. There we go. Now you can kind of read it, except my head is in the way, of course. This article is here to help you figure out whether Godot might be a good fit for you. We will introduce some broad features of the engine to give you a feel for what you can achieve with it and answer questions such as, what do I need to know to get started? This is by no means an exhaustive overview. We will introduce many more features in this Getting Started series. What is Godot? Godot is a general purpose 2D and 3D game engine designed to support all sorts of projects. You can use it to create games or applications you can then release on desktop or mobile, as well as on the web. You can also create console games with it, although you either need strong programming skills or a developer to port the game for you. That is really good to keep in mind, but for me, I don't really feel the need to have my own little projects on console. I'm mainly PC master race, so I'm okay there. So, what can the engine do? Godot was initially developed in-house by an Argentinian game studio. Its development started in 2001, and the engine was rewritten and improved tremendously since its open source release in 2014. Some examples of games created with Godot include X Zodiac and Helms of Fury. Oh, this art is really cool. I love like the pixel feel of it. Ooh. As for and this one's pretty cool too. As for applications, the open source pixel art program Pixelorama is powered by Godot, and so is the voxel RPG creator RPG in a Box. Oh, RPG in a Box sounds fun. X Zodiac is amazing. Oh, what's it about? You can find many more examples in the official showcase videos. And how does it work and look? Godot comes with a fully fledged game editor with integrated tools to answer the most common needs. It includes a code editor, an animation editor, a tile map editor, a shader editor, a debugger, a profiler, and more. Oh, so this is like to set the scene, and then these are all the files that I could use for this. Okay, it's very much similar to Unity. Like my prior experience was just Unity, and then inspector like the specific file that you click on. Okay, that makes sense. The team strives to offer a feature-rich game editor with a consistent user experience. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I'm very particular about a user experience. Like if I see something that's really off and I know it breaks the flow of learning something, I'm gonna call it out. I really like it when my software is very user friendly. When it's user friendly, when it's not, I'm like, It's like a really annoying itch when I notice bad usability. At least personally. Let me see. Gamers Going Blind says, it's like classic Star Fox. It's a rail shooter, but with also alternate secret stages. Oh. Okay, cool. Of course, if you prefer, you can work with external programs. We officially support importing 3D scenes designed in Blender and maintain plugins to code in VS Code and Emacs for GDScript and C Sharp. We also support Visual Studio for C Sharp on Windows. Oh, that's actually what I've been learning with Luna. Um, in my coding with Luna series, it's a bit on a hiatus right now, due to stuff happening behind the scenes. But right now, but I have some experience with VS Code. But honestly, I need to practice. I still need to understand arrays, but hopefully, by making myself learn, I can go through this. Programming languages, we know it's GDScript and C Sharp. Let me see here. What do I need to know to use Godot? It's a feature-packed game engine. Yeah, it's clearly a lot. A little bit overwhelming, but we'll get through it. With its thousands of features, there's a lot to learn. Also, is there background music? I hope so. To make the most, you need good programming foundations. I am still trying to get through that, not gonna lie. While we try to make the engine accessible, you'll benefit a lot from knowing how to think like a programmer first. It relies on object-oriented programming paradigm. Being comfortable with concepts such as classes and objects will help you code efficiently in it. If you are entirely new to programming, we recommend following the CS50 Open Courseware from Harvard University. It's a great free course that will teach you everything you need to know to be off to a great start. Your left leg is hurting? What happened, bud? You okay, likeable? Seems like you're having trouble. I could learn this, but maybe not right now. I just want to try Godot and see how I feel about it. Okay, overview of key concepts. Scenes, nodes, scene tree, signals, summary. Bone cancer? What? Oh my gosh. Are you... Wow. That's a lot to go through. Dang. Bone cancer, that's rough. Oh my gosh. Just hang in there, okay? Alright, so every game engine revolves around abstractions you use to build your applications. In Godot, a game is a tree of nodes that you group together into scenes. You can then wire these nodes so they can communicate using signals. These are the 4 concepts you will learn here. We're going to look at them briefly to give you a sense of how the engine works. In the Getting Started series, you'll get to use them in practice. Scenes. In Godot, you break down your game in reusable scenes. A scene can be a character, a weapon, a menu in the user interface, a single house, an entire level, or anything you can think of. Godot scenes are flexible. They fill the role of both prefabs and scenes in some other game engines. Luckily, it was an early... Oh, thank God. Thank God it was early stage, because cancer's rough. You can also nest scenes. I believe this is the scene, right? Yeah, this is the scene tab. So we have the main menu, and then we have the background. I'm assuming like the image here, then the main screen. The context. Okay. Huh. So it's just layers. I guess with my prior experience in graphic design, it's like you have the background, you have the foreground, you have your character, and it's just applied here. Okay. You can also nest scenes. For example, you can put your character in a level and drag and drop a scene as a child of it. Okay, so this is the game itself, then the level, so one level of this game, and within that level you have a player, and that player is the one exploring this level, and I'm not so sure, oh, the hook is connected to the player, and they're always paired together. Okay, that makes sense. Nodes. A scene is composed of one or more nodes. Nodes are your game's smallest building blocks that you arrange into trees. Here's an example of a character's nodes. Okay, so this is the player character, it seems? And then there's camera 2D, sprite 2D, and collision shape. Oh, so this is all what makes up the player. So the camera is like how you see the player. The sprite is the base of how it looks. The base of how the player looks, but the camera can change the angle of how you look at that player. The collision is how you interact with the game itself as the player. At least that's what I'm deducing. This is giving me flashbacks to my Java Java. Yeah. Honestly, like when I think about courses in universities, I feel like they're very outdated, and because of how outdated and how they teach it, I felt like I wasn't learning it properly. It wasn't at an appropriate pace for me. Alright, well, have a good fun stream, Nethyr. I'm gonna head to bed. Okay, good night, gamers going blind. Thanks for coming by. It is made of a character body 2D node named player, a camera 2D, a sprite 2D, okay? The nodes name end with 2D because this is a 2D scene. Their 3D counterparts have names that end with 3D. Be aware that spatial nodes are now called Node 3D, starting with Godot 4. Oh, that is good to keep in mind. I kind of find that change nice because everyone knows what 3D is. Spatial, it's not as clear, so at least with saying that it's a 3D node, you know it's for something that is 3D. So that's nice. Notice how nodes and scenes look the same in the editor. When you save a tree of nodes as a scene, it then shows as a single node, with its internal structure hidden in the editor. Godot provides an extensive library of base nodes you can combine and extend to build more powerful ones. 2D, 3D, or user interface, you'll do most of these things with nodes. Okay, so nodes are the basic building blocks, right? And within those blocks, I have other elements to make up for the node 2D. I can't believe they don't remember my actual name. I kid. I hope Godot goes well for you. Oh, I'm mainly just saying your username just for consistency, but I know you're Bravo. Yeah, I have some stronger elements working in the 3D space. That's fair. I kind of want to stick with 2D because I feel like it's less complicated for me because I can actually make 2D objects. 3D objects I need more experience with. I have experience with ZBrush, but you know, ZBrush is like hugely industry standard and super expensive and very heavy for my PC. So we're not gonna do 3D at all. I'm gonna stick with 2D. Unless I upgrade my PC setup. That's a different story. The scene tree. So with the scene tree, it has the scenes and the nodes within it. I'm assuming. Okay, so all your game scenes come together in the scene tree. Literally a tree of scenes. And as scenes are trees of nodes, the scene tree also is a tree of nodes. But it's easy to think of your game in terms of scenes as they can represent characters, weapons, doors, or your interface. Okay, so there's a scene tree, and each one has a scene. And then below here are the nodes within the scene. But then you can also have a scene within a scene, and then nodes within that scene inside of that scene. This is honestly like, I'm gonna be interested in what is the best way to layer everything within the nodes and the trees. Because I feel like if you have too much in the trees, it overwhelms the game. It makes it heavy. My main experience with Godot is the I don't know how to pronounce that, bud. Castanian engine, which is an open engine primarily made for streamlining fighting game development. Ah, that makes sense for you, considering your love for fighting games. That makes sense. Signals. Nodes emit signals when some event occurs. This feature allows you to make nodes communicate without hardwiring them in code. It gives you a lot of flexibility in how you structure your scenes. So, only nodes can emit signals. Is that why when you have a player character, you can have the player be a scene, but it can't emit any signals, but the node connected to the player can emit the signal, and that's how it's interacting with the environment. Thinking that's what it means. Because I'm going with the rule of only the nodes can emit signals, and it can cause change and such. Okay. I probably need to see it in action to understand fully. Signals are Godot's version of the observer pattern. You can read more about it here. Observer pattern, what's that? Oh man, that's a flashbang. Damn. Okay, let's see. You can't throw a rock at a computer without hitting an application built using the model view controller architecture. Underlying that is the observer pattern. Observer is so pervasive that Java put it in its core library, and C# baked it right into the language. Observer is one of the most widely used and widely known of the original gang of 4 patterns, but the game development world can be strangely cloistered at times, so maybe this is all news to you. In case you haven't left the Abbey in a while, let me walk you through a motivating example. Whoa, that's a big example. I do not think we have time for that. Maybe that's another time. But generally what I'm understanding is within a scene there are nodes, but you can have scenes within a scene. So a scene could be like a player or a menu, right? And then the nodes, because they can emit signals, I could have a node. So if I have specifically my scene is the UI, and my UI states start and settings. The start and settings can be nodes, and when I click on them, it could send a signal that I'm going to start the game, or I am going into settings. That's why those two menu items should be nodes, I'm assuming. At least that's my main understanding right now. Alright. Oh! It's kind of talking about it here. For example, buttons emit a signal when pressed. You can connect to this signal to run code in reaction to this event, like starting the game or opening menu. See? I'm getting it! Okay. Other built-in signals can tell you when two objects collided, when a character or monster enter a given area, and much more. You can also define new signals tailored to your game. So, in summary, node scenes, the scene tree, and signals are four core concepts in Godot that you will manipulate all the time. I think for me, what I'm going to be confused the most about is scenes and nodes, but as long as I remember the nodes are the ones that can have signals, I think I'll be fine. So in a way, I kind of see scenes as this is the stage that the player will be. It won't necessarily be like the main area that the player will interact with, but there will be props within the scene or the stage that the player will interact with. And even the player themselves is like a prop in this stage to be interacted with. And because they're props, aka nodes, they can send signals to each other to show that they're interacting. And then the order of these matters, as in the scene tree. That's how I'm thinking about it right now. Nodes are your game's smallest building blocks. You combine them to create scenes that you then combine and nest into the scene tree. You could then use signals to make nodes react to events, and other nodes are different scene tree branches. After this short breakdown, you probably have many questions. Bear with us as you will get many answers throughout the Getting Started series. Fair enough, because if you don't have prior experience looking at this sort of thing, you're going to be confused on the order of these things. But as long as you know that nodes can have signals, you can tell the difference between a scene and a node. And then the scenes and nodes are in the scene tree itself. Alright, we're going to look at the editor. This page will give you a brief overview of Godot's interface. We're going to look at the different main screens and docs to help you situate yourself. The Project Manager. When you launch Godot, the first window you see is the Project Manager. Oh, what the phone? Phone? Shush. It went buzz. I don't know why. Let me see. When you launch Godot, the first window you see is the Project Manager. In the default tab, Local Projects, you can manage existing projects, import or create new ones, and more. Okay, new, import, scanning to find my projects. Makes sense. At the top of the window, there is another tab named Asset Library Projects. You can search for demo projects in the open source asset library, which includes many projects developed by the community. Okay, there's a couple of them here. Actually, let's bring out Godot. So let's open the asset library right now and check out what we got here. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, so there's recently updated the category, and then official ones. Operating system test demo, pause demo, window management. 2.5D game demo. Oh, that sounds interesting. Okay. Ooh, games user interface theming override demo. Oh, and the localization. Interesting. The translation. And then scene changer demo. Okay. What else did I have? Oh, an RPG demo? Let's check this one out. Oh, that's cute. Okay. This shows a method of creating grid-based movement with Godot and GDScript. It also includes a simple JRPG-style dialogue and battle system on top of it. Honestly, This is kind of like the kind of game I want to make because I really love Pokemon Mystery Dungeons and they have this exact pattern. So I'm going to quickly download that and check it out. You cannot save a project in a selected path. Please make a new folder or choose a new path. Ooh. Let me go turn this off real quick so y'all don't see what's on my screen. Cause that's awkward. So it can't be done here, clearly. So where can I put this then? Da-na-na-na. Wait, is that what I want? No. I guess I could put it here. Can I? Question mark? I'm just trying to find the right place to put these files because I realized that I don't want to show everything, you know? Because it's mine. Actually, I'll just create a folder here. Godot projects. And then create a folder. So this is the RPG demo. Okay. Select current folder. There we go. I'm gonna install and edit. And then let me show y'all the screen. Okay. Oh, Godot, don't crash on me, bud. Hi, Jason. Hello. It's been a long while. I hope you've been doing well. Wow, this is very nostalgic for me. The last time I looked at something like this was Unity back then. Okay, so where's my... Ooh! Okay, that's cute. Okay, so we learned about scenes, nodes, and the scene tree and signals, right? So based on what I learned, this is a scene. I think, right? I've been fine, just been collecting lots of shiny Pokemon. Oh, nice! From which Pokemon game? I'm just trying to learn Godot right now. Look at all the little slimes. They're so cute. Combat? Okay. These are nodes, right? Because the combat is like focused on the signals. Yeah, it's a node 2D. And then this is also a node, right? Color reaction. Oh, Scarlet and Violet, nice! Very nice. Randomly found a shiny golden nose when walking. Ooh, okay. Well done. Animation? Oh, is it for this? Okay, so there's exploration too. Camera. Okay. And then I can import stuff. Oh, it seems like there's a lot of assets here. So there's a background, a PNG. Okay. It's so cute. So a little grid pattern. Okay. Alright, let me continue reading because I don't know how to interact with it yet. I just know I opened a file. You can also change the editor's language using the drop-down menu to the right of the engine's version in the Windows top right corner. By default, it is in English. And first look, yeah, literally when I clicked it open, I just saw this. And I was like, huh, 3D. Okay, cool. This is the editor interface. By default, it features menus, main screens, and playtest buttons. Which was the playtest button? Is it this? Oh, that's the playtest button. Okay, the playtest button is this one. Alright. Let's try playing this and see how I feel. Oh. Oh! Oh! There's my little guy! Okay. Okay, so my character can move. Alright. And then what if I want to go here? Hey, it's a good time to have a JRPG fight, right? I'm your opponent. That's... Oh! Okay, and then it's a 4 attack. Okay. There we go. And I won. Okay. And I go here. And I get the key. Interesting. Okay. So I can just move my character. And then I can attack a character too. Oh. There we go. Okay, that's all I can do with this little demo. Oh, what the? What is that? It's so freaking cute. Okay, so but this is basically what I want to be able to make. So this is pretty cool. At least in like the RPG Maker sense in the visual novel. So, let me see here. Let's continue. Alright, so we know at least how to play it and test it out. That's pretty good. In the center is the viewport with its toolbar at the top, where you'll find tools to move, scale, or lock down the scene's nodes. On either side of the viewport sit the docks, and at the bottom of the window lies the bottom panel. Okay, so on the side, so like the left, the viewport, and then the bottom. Is this it? I think this is it, right? And then there's some stuff at the bottom. Although I think that's a debugging. Yeah, this is a debugging side. Let's look at the docs. The file system doc lists your project files, including scripts, images, audio samples, and more. The scene doc lists the active scene's nodes. Oh, so scene nodes. And this is the active node, right? Okay, add a child node, attach a script, rename. Okay, we can also import nodes. And then interface to. Okay. Good to know. The inspector allows you to edit the properties of a selected node. Yeah, the inspector part. The inspector, yeah, this is the inspector right over here. Let's see, Games GD. So if I select, for example, the combat, it'll show me the inspector that, oh, it's a 2D node. And visibility. Oh, okay, so if I turned it off. Alright. Okay, so, modulate light mask. Oh, the transition. Okay, so I'm trying to find the player, actually, like, within the scene itself. So I guess this is the player. It's just this moving around. Speed skill. Can I make it be faster? I don't know. I'm just being silly. Color. Exploration 2D. Okay, inspector. This is where I edit everything regarding this specific node or scene, I'm assuming. So if I click this, I can edit the scene on the right side. If I click on a node, I can also edit on this side. Just depends on what I need. Okay. Yeah, and then we saw the debug panel, because when we started playing the demo, it started showing like a debug section, like if there's any issues. And then the 4 main screens. There are 4 main screen buttons centered at the top of the editor: 2D, 3D, script, and asset library. You use a 2D screen for all types of games. In addition to 2D games, the 2D screen is where you'll build your interfaces. Okay, so they're referring to the top 4 right over here. So 3D, it'll just bring me back here to this space. Script, I'm assuming, yeah, this is all the code regarding it. Okay. The constant player win, it would say this text. If the player loses, it will have this text. Okay, that makes sense. And then function ready. Oh, for the combat screen. Okay. Let's see. Continue. Okay. Cool. Let's see. In the 3D screen, you can work with meshes, lights, and design levels for 3D games. See, when you look at this, when you see this, I'm not ready for this. I'm much more ready for this. No, I'm not ready for that. So that's why we're not considering 3D until like I've been with this game engine for at least a year. Notice the perspective button under the toolbar. Clicking on it opens a list of options related to the 3D view. The script screen is a complete code editor with a debugger, rich auto-completion, and built-in code reference. Yeah, that's what we were looking at earlier when we clicked on script. Finally, the asset lib is a library of free and open source add-on scripts and assets to use in your projects. Integrated class reference. Godot comes with a built-in class reference. You can search for information about a class, method, property, constant, or signal by any one of the following methods. Pressing F1 or F function plus F1 for laptops, anywhere in the editor. Clicking the search help button in the top right of the script main screen. Clicking on the help menu in search help. Clicking while pressing the control key on a class name, function name, or built-in variable in the script editor. Okay. When you do any of these, a window pops up when you select help. Time to search for any item. You can also use to browse available objects and methods. Okay, so if I, for example, go here to help, and then I search help, right? And then I want to look for anything regarding the player, I would type here. And then it would tell me everything player related here. Based on the note and stuff. Yeah, this is within the script itself. Okay. Cool. I feel like for most of these, I'll definitely get it down once I'm like practicing it. But for some reason, when I think about my process out loud, I feel like I understand it a lot better than I thought. Which is pretty interesting. Okay, so we know how to type now. Double click on an item to open the corresponding page in the script main screen. Animated sprite 2D. Okay. Alright, what's next? Learning new features. Ooh. Okay, so basically how to use this manual, which is good to know. And I wonder how many game developers fully look into the documentation of their engine. I really wonder. Or do people just jump into it, you know? Learning new features. Godot is a feature-rich game engine. There's a lot to learn about it. This page explains how you can use the online manual, built-in code ref, and join online communities to learn new features and techniques. For me, it would probably be making like RPG Maker-esque games and visual novels because those are my jam. I don't want to make an MMO because that's one of the hardest like game genres you can ever think of, and it hurts my brain because you have to balance all of the elements involved, and it's insane. Anyways, what you're reading now is the user manual. It documents each of the engine's concepts and available features. When learning a new topic, you can start by browsing the corresponding section of this website. The left menu allows you to explore broad topics, while the search bar will help you find more specific pages. I think my music is a little bit too large, volume-wise? Question mark. Oh well. As long as you guys can hear me, that's what matters. If a page exists for a given theme, it will often link to more related content. The manual has a companion class ref that explains each Godot class's available functions and properties when programming. While the manual covers general features, concepts, and how to use the editor, the reference is all about using Godot's scripting API, Application Programming Interface. You can access it both online and offline. We recommend browsing the reference offline from within the Godot editor. To do so, go to Help, Search Help, press F1. Okay, so Help, Search Help. And then... Oh! Okay, so it would tell me within the script itself. Okay. Huh. So I can learn about it there. Cancel. Wait, no, I don't... what if I don't save? Did I do it right? Did I do something wrong? Uh-oh. Oh well. Search help. What if I want to learn more about objects? Okay, it would tell me more about objects here. That's a lot. Variant type. I would honestly like have to deep dive into this more, but I know what scenes and nodes and scene trees and signals are, and I think those are the 4 main things I should focus on for now. And then we'll go from there. Okay. A class ref page tells you where the class exists and the inheritance hierarchy, which is pretty important to make sure it works. You can click on the top links to jump to parent classes and see the properties and methods that type inherits. A summary of the class's role and use cases, an explanation of the class's properties, methods, signals, enums, and constants, links to manual pages to further detailing the class. Oh, this one I need to learn. I need to learn how to think like a programmer. Teaching programming foundations and how to think like a game developer is beyond the scope of Godot documentation. Thank you for letting me know. If you're new to programming, we recommend two excellent free resources to get you started. Harvard University CS50. And if I prefer books, there's the free ebook Automate the Boring Stuff with Python by Al Swigart. Okay, that's some pretty cool options. If people want to know what these are, let me go ahead and link them into the chat. So, this one is CS50. It's free, apparently, which is pretty cool. And then this other one that I found is Automate the Boring Stuff with Python if people are interested. Also this one. Honestly, I could probably learn this in my own time, but I just want to check out what Godot is like. And then you can learn with the community itself. That honestly, the community is part of why I wanted to go into Godot in the first place. Because I have a friend that is very experienced with Godot, and she seems to do really good work with it and really like has fun. And I was like, I'm gonna try that too. And we all know about Unity. Unity had some moments in the game dev space that I'm like, I don't know about this, Chief. I don't know about this. So, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. And Unreal, I feel like it's very specific to 3D, and I want to stick with 2D. Hence why I wanted to learn either Godot or Ren'Py. And Godot seems like the best of both worlds because it does both 2D and 3D, so I'm like, I might as well just stick with one if it's capable of doing more. But yeah, active community. Okay, let's see here. I'll describe your goal. If there's an error involved, share the exact error message, share a code sample, share a screenshot. Okay, so this is like how you ask the community for help, which is good to know because sometimes like you just don't know how to communicate, and learning how to communicate is pretty important. Also, please don't take a picture with your phone. The low quality and screen reflections can make it hard to understand the image. Real. This documentation's real. Excuse me. I did not mean to burp on purpose. Sharing a video of your running game can also be really useful to troubleshoot your game. You can use programs like OBS. We're on OBS right now. And Screen to GIF to capture your screen. And then there's community tutorials too. Let's go. Ooh, actually let me share the link for this one so y'all can check it out. Because it's more fun if we're all learning together. So here's another resource. Next. Alright, so Godot's design philosophy. Now that you've gotten your feet wet, let's talk about Godot's design. Every game engine is different and fits different needs. Not only do they offer a range of features, but the design of each engine is unique. This leads to different workflows and different ways to form your game structures. This all stems from their respective design philosophies. This page is here to help you understand how Godot works, starting with some of its core pillars. It is not a list of available features, nor is it an engine comparison. To know if any engine can be a good fit for your project, you need to try it out for yourself and understand its design and limitations. Please watch Godot explained in 5 minutes if you're looking for an overview of the engine's features. Huh. Okay. Hey, you're looking at something like this. Godot embraces object-oriented design at its core, with its flexible scene system and node hierarchy. It tries to stay away from strict programming patterns to offer an intuitive way to structure your game. For one, Godot lets you compose or aggregate scenes. It's like nested prefabs. You can create a blinking light scene and a broken lantern scene that uses the blinking light. Then create a city filled with broken lanterns. Change the blinking light's color, save, and all the broken lanterns in the city will update instantly. And they update instantly because blinking light is in broken lantern. And then when you have a bunch of broken lanterns, just changes. I do like that. That makes things a lot easier and simplified. And it makes sense. I just need to sip a bit. Because talking can impact my voice. And I had some chocolate earlier, so the combination of sweets and talking a lot is not that great. On top of that, you can inherit from any scene. A Godot scene could be a weapon, a character, an item, a door, a level, part of a level, anything you'd like. And it works like a class in pure code, except you're free to design it by using the editor, using only the code, or mixing and matching the two. It's different from prefabs you find in several 3D engines, as you can then inherit from and extend those scenes. You may create a magician that extends your character. Modify the character in the editor and the magician will update as well. It helps you build your project so that their structure matches the game's design. So this is really good if like you have a lot of balancing to do and they all stem from the same thing. So like if you have multiple character classes, if the character feels imbalanced for like a particular class because of its stats, you can just edit the character and then it would affect the warrior and the wizard because the character is the base for both of these. Also note that Godot offers many different types of objects called nodes, each with a specific purpose. Nodes are part of a tree, and always inherit from their parents up to the node class, so their parent here. Most nodes work independently from one another. In other words, Godot's nodes do not work like components in some other game engines. Oh man, burpees. Sprite 2D is a node 2D. Sprite node. A canvas item and a node. It has all the properties and features of its three parent classes, like transforms or the ability to draw custom shapes and render with a custom shader. All-inclusive package. Godot tries to provide its own tools to answer most common needs. It has a dedicated scripting workplace, an animation editor, a tile map editor, a shader editor, a debugger, a profile, the ability to hot reload locally and on remote devices, etc. What's that little guy likable? What'd you put in the chat? I don't know what that emote is. The goal is to offer a full package to create games and a continuous user experience. You can still work with external programs as long as there's an import plugin available in Godot for it. I'm just trying to understand your emote. Or you can create one, like the tile map importer. That is also partly why Godot offers its own programming language, GDScript, along with C#. GDScript is designed for the needs of game developers and game designers, and is tightly integrated in the engine and the editor. GDScript lets you write code using an indentation-based syntax, yet it detects types and offers a static language's quality of auto-completion. It is also optimized for gameplay code with built-in types like vectors and colors. Note that with GD extension, you can write high-performance code using compiled languages like C, C++, Rust, D. Oh! D! I was learning some D-Lang. Unless that's a different thing. They just happen to both start with the letter D. Takes are swift without recompiling the engine. Note that the 3D workspace doesn't feature as many tools as the 2D workspace. You'll need external programs or add-ons to edit terrain and to make complex characters and so on. Godot provides a complete API to extend the editor's functionality using game code. See the Godot editor in a Godot game below. Okay. And open source. Godot offers a fully open source code base under the MIT license. This means all the technologies that ship with it have to be free, as in freedom as well. For the most part, they're developed from the ground up by contributors. Anyone can plug in proprietary tools for the needs of their projects. They just won't ship with the engine. This may include Google AdMob or FMod. Any of these can come as third-party plugins instead. All technologies that ship with it have to be free. Okay. On the other hand, an open codebase means you can learn from and extend the engine to your heart's content. You can also debug games easily, as Godot will print errors with a stack trace, even if they come from the engine itself. Note, this does not affect the work you do with Godot anyway. There's no strings attached to the engine or anything you make with it. Oh, so technologies are effective, but things I make with Godot aren't affected? Question mark? I think I need to double check this. It's community driven too, which is really neat. That said, although a handful of core developers work on it full time, the project has over 600 contributors at the time of writing. Wow, that's a lot. Oh my goodness. The Godot editor is a Godot game. The Godot editor runs on the game engine. It uses the engine's own UI system. It can hot reload code and scenes when you test your projects or run game code in the editor. This means you can use the same code and scenes for your games, or build plugins and extend the editor. This leads to a reliable and flexible UI system, as it powers the editor itself. With the add tool annotation, you can run any game code in the editor. Okay. Ooh, RPG in a box. I might want to take a look at that. That sounds fun to play with. Let's see. Now, separate 2D and 3D engines. Godot offers dedicated 2D and 3D rendering engines. As a result, the base unit for 2D scenes is pixels. Even though the engines are separate, you can render 2D and 3D, 3D and 2D, and overlay 2D sprites and interfaces over your 3D world. Okay, cool. Let's see here. This series builds upon the introduction to Godot and will get you started with the editor and the engine. You will learn more about the nodes and scenes, code your first classes with GD script, use signals to make nodes, communicate with one another, and more. The following lessons are here to prepare you for your first 2D game, a step-by-step tutorial where you will code a game from scratch. By the end of it, you will have the necessary foundations to explore more features in other sections. We also included links to pages that cover a given topic in depth where appropriate. Alright, let's try it. So, let's see. Hey, didn't I do these already? Setting up the main scene. Oh, I see. It just goes into more detail than before. Huh. Okay. I mean, I could skip it, but it's good to make sure that I fully have a grasp on these. Nodes, fundamental building blocks of the game. They're like the ingredients in a recipe. Okay, so like these are the nodes themselves within a scene, perhaps? Within the scene. All nodes have the following characteristics. A name, editable properties. They receive callbacks to update every frame. You can extend them with new properties and functions. You can add them to another node as a child. You can add them to another node as a child. The last characteristic is important. Together, nodes form a tree, which is a powerful feature to organize projects. Since different nodes have different functions, combining them produces more complex behavior. As we saw before, you can build a playable character that camera follows in scene, a character body 2D node, sprite 2D node, camera 2D node, and a collision shape 2D node. Oh, okay. Scenes. When you organize nodes in a tree like our character, we call it construct a scene. One saves scenes work like new node types in the editor where you can add them as a child of an existing node. In that case, the instance of the scene appears as a single node with its internals hidden. Scenes allow you to structure your game's code however you want. You can compose nodes to create custom and complex node types, like a game character that runs and jumps, a life bar, a chest with which you can interact, and more. Okay, the scene editor, and then creating our first scene. Okay, let's follow this. So let's create our first scene with a single node. To do so, you'll need to create a new project first. After opening the project, you should see an empty editor. Okay, so let's go to 2D. Whoa, what the? This is unusual. Oh, did I do something wrong? Let's open recent. There we go. Alright. Oh wait, huh? Okay, so scene. How do I get out of this? I opened a project, but I don't know how to get out. Oh no. I don't think it's scene. That doesn't seem right. Okay, bet this one. 3D, 2D. Close tab. Okay, so this is it, right? I think I start with the 3D. Although it's within the JRPG demo, so quit. Okay. And then let me reopen Godot real quick. Because I want to make sure I start a complete project. Godot, what are you? Oh, pin! What the pin? Oh, man. Sometimes I'm just very klutzy, so it do be like that. Okay, gonna reopen Godot. Okay. Beep up. And then filter project. Yes, that's one project I have, but we're gonna make a new project. We're gonna browse. I don't want to show it. I don't want to show my files. It feels inappropriate. Oh no. Okay. Gonna create. We're gonna call this test project, and then we're gonna save it here. Let's see. We're going to compatibility. Advanced 3D graphics available. I don't think I need forward plus. Mobile compatibility. Let me see. After you're opening the project, you should see an empty editor. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to select like which type. Compatibility. Fastest rendering of simple scenes. I think I'd rather go with compatibility. Version control metadata. Okay, let's create an edit. And then it's popping up here. Okay, alright, so this is the screen I'm supposed to see. Yep, I see an empty editor. So in an empty scene, the scene dock on the left shows several options to add a root node quickly. 2D scene adds a node 2D node. 3D scene adds a node 3D node. And user interface adds a control node. These presets here are for convenience, they are not mandatory. Other nodes lets you select any node to the root node. In an empty scene, other nodes equivalent to pressing the Add Child node button at the top left of the scene dock, which usually adds a new node as a child of the currently selected node. We're going to add a single label node to our scene. Its function is to draw text on the screen. So press Add Child node button or other node to create a root node. Okay, so I go here, and then I would go to root node, right? I want to make sure. Or other node. Okay, let's do other node. This one. Oh, it pops up. And then from there, yeah, it shows all of these. And then I select the label node. Okay, so I want to search for label. Okay, and then this is the one I want to create. Okay, I created the label node here. Let's see. Click on the label node to select it and click the create button at the bottom of the menu. The create button. Okay. Oh, wait, I did that already. A lot happens when you add a scene's first node. The scene changes to the 2D workspace because label is a 2D node type. The label appears selected in the top left corner of the viewport. The node appears in the scene dock on the left, and the node's properties appear in the inspector dock on the right. Changing a node's properties. The next step is to change the label's text property. Let's change it to Hello World. Head to the inspector dock on the right of the viewport. Click inside the field below the text property and type Hello World. Okay. I think it's like right over here. Like right behind my head. So, Hello World. I typed it in the label here. You will see the text draw in the viewport as you type. You can move your label node in the viewport by selecting the Move tool in the toolbar. It's at the top. Okay, so this is how I move it. Whoa! Okay, running the scene. Okay, so I can just move it to the center. To the center of the view, delimited by the rectangle. Oh, delimited? Okay, so just like right here? You want to be in the center right there, bud? Okay, pat. With the label selected. Okay. And then running the scene. Everything's ready to run the scene? Press the play button in the top right of the screen or press F6. The pop-up invites you to save the scene, which is required to run it. Click the save button in the file browser to label as label TSCN. Okay. Play. What? Select current. We're gonna save that. Okay, so we have this. And now I have this. It says hello world uwu. I did thing. Okay. The application should open in a new window and display the text hello world. And we did it. It does appear. We did it. Hello world. Uwu. Alright, so we can close the window or press F8 to quit the running scene. Okay, so if I click F8. Okay, and it's gone. Cool. So I did my first thingy already. It's very simple, but sometimes you just need that first step so that you can go to the next one, and so on. To run our test scene, we use the play scene button. Another button next to it allows you to set and run the project's main scene. Hello, Daga! Oh wait, you're Cammy, right? I believe so. Welcome back! To run our test scene, we played, a pop-up window appears and invites you to select the main scene. Click the select button and in the file dialog that appears, double click on label TSCN. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Wait, didn't I just do that? The demo should run again. Moving forward, every time you run the project, Godot will use the scene as a starting point. Huh, okay. So if I play it with F5. Huh? What the? Oh! Okay, so it just automatically opens it for me. Cool. Okay, and it shows me everything here. It shows my graphics card. Yep, yay! I got it right! Let's go. My memory is actually kind of working today. Excellent. Alright, so we did, our first thing was make a label node. Yay! Yippee! Okay. The editor saves and maintains path in the project.godot file in your project's directory. While you can edit this text file directly to change project settings, you can also use the project settings window to do so. In the next part, we will discuss another key concept in games and in Godot, creating instances of a scene. Okay. Instances. In the previous part, we saw that a scene is a collection of nodes organized in a tree structure, with a single node as its root. You can split your project into any number of scenes. This feature helps you break down and organize your game's different components. You can create as many scenes as you like and save them as files with the .tsn extension, which stands for text scene. Oh, okay, so that's what it stands for. Text scene. Text scene. That makes sense. Okay. The label.textScene file from the previous lesson was an example. We call those files packed scenes as they pack information about your scene's content. Here's an example of a ball. It's composed of a rigid-bodied 2D node as its root named ball, which allows the ball to fall and bounce on walls. A sprite 2D node and a collision shape 2D. Once you save a scene, it works as a blueprint. You can reproduce it in other scenes as many times as you'd like. Replicating an object from a template like this is called instancing. Oh, okay, so they mentioned an example with lanterns, right? So if you wanted to make multiple lanterns, you would basically use this and then copy paste it, boom, 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 and have all the lanterns. But if you, I think, edit the main one, it affects the rest of them, right? I'm assuming so. As we mentioned in the previous part, instance scenes behave like a node. The editor hides their content by default. When you instance the ball, you only see the ball node. Notice also how each duplicate has a unique name. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. Every instance of the ball scene starts with the same structure and properties as ball.tscn. However, you can modify each independently, such as changing how they bounce, how heavy they are, or any property exposed by the source scene. So, in practice, let's use instancing in practice to see how it works in Godot. We invite you to download the ball sample project we prepared for you, instancing-starter.zip. Okay, we're downloading it right now. Alright, it's gonna be on my other screen. I'm gonna extract it. Okay, I'm gonna put in the correct file. Let's see here. Extract the archive on your computer. To import, you need the project manager. Okay. Got it. Okay, extracted it. And then from there, extract the archive on your computer. To import, you need the project manager. The project manager is accessed by opening Godot. Or if you already have Godot open, click on the project, quit to project list. Quit to project list. Huh? Eh? What? Okay. Was that correct? Huh? What the? Am I getting an alert of some kind? What he mean? Oh, I got a message from some. Don't mind me. Did I not do it correctly? Oh, I see. Import. Okay. Let's import it. I know what I did, and I think I did it incorrectly. As it be like that. Yeah. Okay, I might need to re-extract it to do this properly, so let's extract files, and then here we go. We're gonna open, then to Godot projects. I'm gonna call this instance starter. Okay, we opened that one. And then we need to open the Godot itself. So let's go back to Godot. As you can see, I have way too many files. I should clean up my PC. Emphasis on should. But I don't really at this time. Because I get tired, not gonna lie. And then I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to clean. So, you know, do be like that. I have a sprite too, so I could make pixel art if I want to. Where is it? Eh? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Okay, I know what to do. Alright, opening this back up. And then import. And then boom. Move it. And then here. And then Godot projects. Select this folder. Please choose a Godot. What? Or a .zip file? What? This does not count. Huh? Wait, did I do it wrong? Oh. Okay, let's go here then. Can I get it in my downloads? That's not my downloads. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, that is not it either. What the poopy? What the poopy? Ano ba? Where's my downloads? All recognize starter. That's Godot. Oh, here we go. This can work. Please choose an empty folder. Installation pad. Select the current folder. Okay, that can work. Project path, project installation folder. Is it okay in downloads? This project was last edited in Godot 4. Opening will change it to Godot 4.2. Open anyway? Yeah, we're gonna open it. Okay, that took a little bit longer than I anticipated just to open something. Interesting. Okay. Oh wait, but I imported it, right? Did I do it correctly? Godot! No, don't crash on me! Dear goodness. Okay, seems like there's a couple things happening. Oh, okay. There's a collision shape, collision shape, collision, 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 collision. Okay. I think I did it. Yeah, I think I did it properly. Yeah, I imported it. And we see the screen already. So we went ahead. More than we expected. The project contains 2 pack scenes. Issues, hydrate, and save project redeem. Thank you. I don't know. Do you want to put project files in the C drive? No, I don't. Crying and hyper organized PC. My PC is a mess. We don't talk about it. We don't. We don't look at what I have. That's why I'm hiding all the folders from y'all, because y'all are terrified. I'm the type of person where if you look at my Discord, I would have 1,000 or at least like 3,000 notifications and I don't bother to delete them. So that's why I don't want to show y'all my folders, because y'all are gonna cry. I'm just a little messy when it comes to computer files and stuff, but I'm relatively neat outside of that, so it's okay. I'm okay. I'm totally fine. Totally fine. Let's see. But yeah, I think I need a save project redeem and a hydrate. Well, water buff is my hydrate redeem. So I'm good there. I just need a save redeem at this point. Okay, so the project contains 2 pack scenes. The main text scene containing walls against which the ball collides, and ball text scene. The main scene should open automatically. If you're seeing an empty 3D scene instead of the main scene, click the 2D button at the top of the screen. I'm in 200 servers and 1,000 tabs open. I'd say you're pretty well set. The thing is, so I'm limited at 100 for Discord because I don't buy Discord Nitro. That is the only reason why I have only 100, because I have a limit and I don't plan to buy it because I need that limit to survive. Otherwise, I would be in 1,000 Discord servers. So thank you for having a limit for people who use Discord for free, because I genuinely need it. I have so many like servers that I'm not active in, but I wish I was. But I just don't have time. I don't. I get eepy, and these days I kind of just want to focus on my own needs because I'm the only one that can fully take care of myself. So yeah. But yeah, we already found this scene right here. We're in a good spot. So what is the next part? Let's add a ball as a child of the main node. In the scene dock, select the main node. Then click the link icon at the top of the scene dock. This button allows you to add an instance of a scene as a child of the currently selected node. So I select main, okay. Select main, and then we're going to add a node. I think we're adding the ball, right? Yeah, here's the ball. Okay. Let's see here. Double click the ball scene to instance it. The ball appears in the top left corner of the viewport. Okay, click on it and drag it towards the center of view. Okay, so I'm gonna click on it and I'm gonna move it to like here. Okay. Click on it and drag it towards the center of the view. Play the game by pressing F5. You should see it fall. Okay, so I press F5. Okay. I should see a ball fall. If it doesn't crash for a freaking ball. Oh! Okay, okay, it's moving. Oh! Oh! Wait, what the? Oh! Oh! Wait. Oh, whoa, okay. Okay, so I can just create many balls. Let's go! I'm gonna see how many balls I can put here before I crash it. I just want to see, like, how many balls did it take to make this crash? Yeah, it's kind of handling itself well, sorta. Okay, it's kind of funny. Okay, I don't think I can fit much else. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna crash. Yeah? Okay, it just falls infinitely. Okay, all right, all right. It's not doing much else. Okay, so let's exit out of that. So we know how that works now with the ball. Now we want to create more instances of the ball node. With the ball still selected, press Ctrl D to call the duplicate command. Click and drag the ball. Click and drag to move the new ball to a different location. Okay, so I click this and then Ctrl D. Okay, I have a ball 2. Ctrl D, we have a ball 3. Ctrl D, ball 4, ball 5. We're gonna have 5 balls, because why not? 5 balls. Okay. You can repeat this process until you have several in the scene. Okay, I have 5 in the scene. Play the game again. You should now see every ball fall independently from one another. This is what instances do. Each is an independent reproduction of a template scene. Okay, so F5. And all the balls fall! Wow. Wow. Okay. So, we made balls, and we said ooh woo. That is my achievement today. Out of context achievements. Okay. Editing scenes and instances. There is more to instances. With this feature, you can change the properties of one ball without affecting the others using the inspector. Change the default properties of every ball by opening the ball text scene, making a change to the ball node there. Upon saving all instances of the ball in the project, will see their values update. So let's try this. Open ball TSN and select the ball node. In the inspector on the right, click on the physics material property to expand it. So open the ball text scene, right? This one? This one should be it, right? And then... Is that correct? And then in the inspector, and then the rigid body, right? Okay, rigid body here. And then collision. I don't want to do collision. Input, no. Disable mode? That's not it. I think it's texture. No, not texture. Material? No. I'm trying to find the thing it's saying. Physics, right? A physics material. Okay, it has something about mass. Mass distribution, deactivation, solver, linear, angular, constant forces. Oh, it's this one. Okay. And then I want to increase the bounce to 1. What? Wait, huh? I can't move it. Hello? Hello? What? Huh? I can't move the bounce. What? Okay, Click on the physics material property to expand it. But try to expand it? Jeez. Okay, so go here. Okay. Seems like I can't edit this. Did I select the right thing? Huh? Cause like I can't move the friction. So let me show you all what I'm talking about here. So you see this on the right, right? Like, whoops. You see this on the right, right? I'm trying to edit the physics material based on the tutorial. I'm trying to increase the bounce to 1, but it won't let me. I'm a bit confused. Am I doing it right? Oh wait, oh no, is it this one? Okay, that's the ball TSN, right? And then the ball. Okay, and the physics material. Oh, okay, I edited here. Okay, so I had to go in the file system here to edit it. Okay, so we edited the ball. And then, let's see. Yeah, so we opened the ball, we edited it here, because this is specifically the node, or the scene. Yeah, this is the scene, and then the node has these two nodes, and then I'm editing it here. Okay, that makes sense. And then the main itself, it affects all of the balls here. Yeah, it changed here that it's all one. Okay, I'm getting it. It's all about layers. Game development is just an onion. And because it's an onion, game development is all Shrek. Game development is just Shrek, okay? That's all it is. That's all it is. Okay, let's see how the bounce is. Whoa! Whoa, it's so bouncy! Oh! Okay, I know how to manipulate physics. Woo! Okay, they be bouncing. Oh, let's go. Okay. I'm gonna see how many can I get it to bounce. Oh, and this is add 1 bounce. it's kind of funny. Okay, look at them go jiggle. Whoa! Oh man, that's a lot of jiggling. Oh dear. Oh gosh. I am very amused by even the simplest of matters, and I don't know. I'm just as the voice of your and she's oh yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. Don't mind me. I'm a rogue AI. Sometimes I have a need to destroy other programs. Okay, and I want to destroy this one by like clicking constantly as much as I could. You know, just cause. Also, I like seeing them bounce. It's kind of funny. They're just balls. They're just vibing. I find that amusing. I'm very simple like that, okay? Like, I don't need that much complexity in my life to enjoy it. Give me something edible. Give me something that's round. I will tend to like the thing. I just think balls are funny. Balls are pretty funny. They're just completely circular and they just do things. I don't know. Anyway, this is just very amusing to me right now. But we should close this before I get too mesmerized by balls. I don't need to be mesmerized by balls right today. Or on any day for that matter. Nethyr Plinko game when? Oh, that would be kind of fun. Like the Plinko is just based on, just has Nethyr art all over it. That'd be kind of fun. Oh, that might be really fun to make for a stream game. So like when I'm on a break, we play Plinko. And then whoever wins, they get a little prize from me. I think that'd be kind of cool. Question mark. Alright, set its bounce to 0.5 by clicking on a number field, typing 0.5 and press enter. But I kind of want to keep it at 1. I want to keep mine at 1, not 0.5. I want to make my balls bouncy. I'm going to keep it at 1. Press enter. Okay, press to play the game and pressing F5, but we did that. Let's now adjust an individual instance. Head back to main scene by clicking on the corresponding tab above the viewport. Okay, so we're at main. Let's see. Yeah, like a 2-minute doodle. I'll post the idea in your store. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that'd be fine. A little plinko key. But I don't want to encourage gambling. It's just a little doodle prize. Select one instant ball nodes and in the inspector set its gravity scale value to 10. What? To 10? Oh my gosh, it's gravity scale. Okay, we're gonna choose this one. And then we're gonna look at its gravity scale. Where's gravity scale? Oh, this is it. Okay, we're gonna set this at 10 for one of the balls. Okay, so we set it at 10. Let's see. A gray revert button appears next to the adjuster property. This icon indicates you are overwriting a value from the source packed scene. Even if you modify the property in the original scene, the value will be override will be preserved in the instance. Clicking the revert icon will restore the property to the value in the save scene. Rerun the game and notice how the ball now falls much faster than the others. Okay. Okay, let's see how heavy this ball is. Oh, whoa. Oh, oh. Okay. One of them, I think it's this one that falls. Which one falls faster? I can't tell. I can't tell. Can you tell which one falls faster? I can't. What the? Okay, ball 2 is this one. Okay, let's see what happens if ball 5 has gravity scale of 10. Okay, and then we're gonna play it and see. Oh wow, wow. Did you see that? That was really fast. Okay, now I know how to manipulate gravity clearly. Okay, I'm gonna stop. We need to stop playing with balls too much. It's not good for us. Too much balls. Okay. Scene instances as a design language. Instances and scenes in Godot offer an excellent design language, setting the engine apart from others out there. We designed Godot around this concept from the ground up. We recommend dismissing architectural code patterns when making games with Godot, such as model, view, controller, MVC, or entity relation diagram. I have no idea what that means. Absolutely no idea. So I can completely ignore those. Instead, you can start by imagining the elements players will see in your game and structure your code around them. For example, you could break down a shooter game like so. Shooter game. Something I'm very familiar with now. Okay, I'm gonna sip. Okay, so in a shooter game, you got your weapon and a weapon, a player ship, enemy. Okay, stage, that's like the game map. So like if you're playing a Call of Duty of course I connected to Call of Duty, I'm in pain. You have the map. So like when you're playing MP, you have your map. That is the stage here. And then there are the other enemies that you play against. And then if you have obstacles, you can use that for cover. And then you also have your HUD that's telling you that, hey, you have all of these tacticals and lethals. and if you need more tacticals and lethals, you can go to like the buy station. Well, there's no buy station in MP. Never mind. But the market will basically be whatever is dropped on the ground, and you could take it to replenish it. Player ship, I have no idea what that means. I'm just being silly. I'm just being a silly guy right now. I just noticed weapons and equal pew pew. That's about it. You can come up with a diagram like this for almost any type of game. Each rectangle represents an entity that's visible in the game from the player's perspective. The arrow tells you which scene owns which. Once you have a diagram, we recommend creating a scene for each element listed in it to develop your game. You'll use instancing either by code or directly in the editor to build your tree of scenes. Programmers tend to spend a lot of time designing abstract architectures to try to fit components into it. Designing based on scenes makes development faster. Excuse me. Makes development faster and more straightforward, allowing you to focus on the game logic itself. Because most game components maps directly to a scene, using a scene based on scene instantation means you need little other architectural code. Yeah, Godot feels a lot simpler than I thought. Like, you basically create this one single thing, and then you can copy it. You can have multiple of those copies, right? And then you can edit the original, right? And when you edit that original, the edited version affects the other created versions of it. But if you want to change a specific version of it, for example, you specifically want to change ball 4, you could change that one to have like its own texture, like its own color, and it won't affect the others. So that is very useful. It's like this is basically like copy pasting in a very efficient manner. And I appreciate that. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Alright, so imagine we start by creating a room. You can make a couple of different room scenes with unique arrangements of furniture in them. Later, we can make a house scene that uses multiple room instances for the interior. We would create a citadel out of many instant houses and a large terrain on which we would place the citadel. Each of these would be a scene instancing one or more sub-scenes. Later, we could create scenes representing guards and add them to the citadel. They would be indirectly added to the overall game world. With Godot, it's easy to iterate on your game like this, as all you need to do is create and instantiate more scenes. We designed the editor to be accessible to programmers, designers, and artists alike. A typical team development process can involve 2D or 3D artists, level designers, game designers, and animators, all working within the Godot editor. This is honestly perfect for me, because I can grasp this so freaking easily. Like, when I look at Unreal or Unity, I feel like it's so freaking complicated, but the terms here are a lot more straightforward. I feel like I could make something with this, actually. So, summary. Instancing, the process of producing an object from a blueprint, has many handy uses. With scenes, it gives you the ability to divide your game into reusable components, a tool to structure and encapsulate complex systems, a language to think about your game project structure in a natural way. Yeah, it is very natural. Like, you're basically editing the original version of it, and the copies of it are overridden based on the edits you made. That makes sense to me. Wow. I'm actually learning. Okay. Cool. Ooh, and then scripting languages. Hello. Hello. This lesson will give you an overview of the available scripting languages in Godot. You will learn the pros and cons of each option. In the next part, you will write your first script using GD script. Scripts attach to a node and extend its behavior. This means that scripts inherit all functions and properties of the node they attach to. For example, take a game where a camera 2D node follows a ship. The camera 2D node follows its parent by default. Imagine you want the camera to shake when the player takes damage. As this feature is not built into Godot, you would attach a script to the camera 2D node and code to shake. Like it's happening here. Available scripting languages. Godot offers 4 Words hard. Godot offers 4 gameplay programming languages: GD Script, C#, and via its GD extension technology, C and C++. There are more community-supported languages, but these are the official ones. You can use multiple languages in a single project. For instance, in a team you could code gameplay logic in GD Script as it's faster, right? And use C# or C++ to implement complex algorithms and maximize their performance. Or you could write everything in GD Script or C#. It's your call. We provide this flexibility to answer the needs of different game projects and developers. So what I'm hearing is Godot is very flexible to reach a wider audience, but also is very easy to jump in. I appreciate that a lot. Alright, which language should I use? If you're a beginner, we recommend to start with GD Script. We made this language specifically for Godot, and the needs of game developers. It has a lightweight and straightforward syntax and provides the tightest integration with Godot. Makes sense with me, especially since I do want to learn Python for other applications in the future. So I just want to start with one area of coding, and it's mainly game development, game dev stuff, because another reason why I want to learn more game development is because I want to better understand the people that I'm working with that are more hands-on, and because those are the people that I'm like helping and such. And I feel like if I understand how to program and how they create things, it can help me realistically set myself if I am giving constructive feedback or if I'm being more collaborative with them. I want to be more considerate of the people that I work with at work. So learning game development like this as a hobby is also a very good learning opportunity for me too. Especially since I used to do this quite a bit. I mainly made art assets when I participated in game jams, or I was a writer, or I was a producer for game jams, but I honestly have not really coded much. And because I have those other prior skills, if I know how to code, I can probably make my own visual novels from scratch, and that is a very fun thing for me. Or even RPG Maker. I really like RPG Makers, and I would love to make a horror game, even though I suck with horror. So, you know. Alright, so for C Sharp, you will need an external code editor like VS Code or Visual Studio. While C Sharp support is now mature, you'll find fewer learning resources for it compared to GTScript. Make comfy horror you want comfy horror? Isn't comfy horror like Doki Doki Literature Club? I'm pretty sure that's comfy horror. Also, Harasakimon, I hope you've been doing well. Oh, excuse me, man, why am I so burpy? Okay, so let's look at, okay, let's see who already have experience with language. I am doing well, thank you. Yay! That's good to hear. GDScript. GDScript is an object-oriented and imperative programming language built for Godot. It's made by and for game developers to save you time coding games. Its features include a simple syntax that leads to short files, thank god, blazing fast compilation and loading times, tight editor integration with code completion for node signals and more information from the scene it is attached to, built-in vector and transform types making it efficient for heavy use of linear algebra, a must for games. Oh, algebra. I haven't done proper math in a while. Supports multiple threads as efficiently as statically typed languages. No garbage collection, as this feature eventually gets in the way when creating games. The engine counts references and manages the memory for you in most cases by default, but you can also control memory if you need to. Gradual typing. Variables have dynamic types by default, but you can also use type hints for strong type checks. GDScript looks like Python as you structure your code blocks using indentations, but it doesn't work the same way in practice. It's inspired by multiple languages, including Squirrel, Lua, and Python. Squirrel, huh? That's funny. Why don't we use Python or Lua directly? Years ago, Godot used Python, then Lua. Both languages' integration took a lot of work and had severe limitations. For example, threading support was a big challenge with Python. Developing a dedicated language doesn't take us more work, and we can tailor it to game developers' needs. We're now working on performance optimizations and features that would have been difficult to offer with third-party languages. Oh, okay. I've been wondering about that too. I actually learned a little bit of Lua with the game jam with Luna, and I want to try remaking that game jam game in a more polished state with Godot. Because for one, I don't really want to write more again just to make like a sample visual novel. I want to update it and make it like more polished, and also I want to update the designs I made for that visual novel on itch.io. If you're wondering what the game is, I have to look it up, but I can share it later. Basically, it was It was a lesbian visual novel with angst. with with a cat girl, dog girl, and fox girl. Of course. When you're working with Luna, it has to have a fox girl involved. Let me see. I think it's like it's the inevitable. I gotta accept it. Let's see here. So .net, net, as in Nethyr, get it? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. C#, as Microsoft's. Oh, hi, hi, corporate overlords. As Microsoft C# is a favorite amongst game developers, we officially support it. C# is a mature and flexible language with tons of libraries written for it. You are able to add support for it thanks to a generous donation from Microsoft. Damn. Damn. Okay. C# offers a good trade-off between performance and ease of use, although you should be aware of its garbage collector. What's a garbage I'm curious. What is a garbage collection? What is that? Is it like absolute garbage? Oh. In CS, garbage collection is a form of automatic memory management. The garbage collector attempts to reclaim memory that was allocated by the program but is no longer a reference. Such memory is called garbage. Ah, I see. So you're basically collecting unneeded information that no longer has an existing reference. So it's just data that's stuck. Interesting. At least that's how I'm understanding. If it's the wrong understanding, please correct me. Because if I could learn from people from chat and if I can learn from my experiences here, that would help me a lot. So I don't mind just like having a little bit of backseating for this kind of thing. Because I feel like it would help me learn, and that's important to me. C# offers a good trade-off between performance and ease of use, although you should be aware of its garbage collector. Since Godot uses .NET 6, in theory you can use any third-party .NET library or framework in Godot, as well as any common language infrastructure compliant programming language, such as F#, Boo, or Clojure CLR. Starts it's likable. No fires. Jeez Louise. We can't have fires. They smell bad. Why is that my excuse? I don't know. But fires do smell bad. Fires are stinky. Get that away. No fire. No sea fire. I'm busy learning, okay? Let me learn. I don't want to deal with fires. My goodness. I see. GD script itself doesn't execute as fast. Most script codes functions for too much fast operating C++ code set engine. Okay. Oh wow, there's a lot of variety. But I mainly will be focusing on GD script just to start. Or maybe the smell of gasoline would be good. No, ew. No gasoline, please. Summary. Script store files contain code that you attach to the node to extend its functionality. Makes sense. So like if I added code to the ball, I could make the ball maybe duplicate itself on impact and go from there. Why? It smells like sulfur and I like it. Well, that's what I don't like. I don't like the smell of sulfur. I hate the smell of rotten eggs. That's gross. It's stinky. Get away from me. It's stinky. Alright, creating my first script. In this lesson, you will code your first script to make the Godot icon turn in circles using GD script. As we mentioned in the intro, we assume you have programming foundations. It's sorted there. The equivalent C# code has been included in another tab for convenience. Alright, so please create a new project to start with a clean slate. Your project should contain one picture, the Godot icon, which we often use for prototyping in the community. We need to create a sprite 2D node to display it in the game. In the scene.click the other node button. Okay, so we're going to make another project. project. Quit project list. Okay. And then we're going to do a new project. We're gonna browse. We're going to put it somewhere else. And then we're gonna create a folder for this called first script project. Okay, you got that down. And then we're gonna select that. There we go. I'm gonna create an edit. Dun 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 dun. Okay, cool. And then from there, your project should contain one picture. The Godot icon. In the scene dock, click the other node button. Okay, so scene, other node, and then what's next? Sprite 2D. Okay, so sprite 2D. Okay, I got that. And then double click on Sprite 2D to create the node. Okay, double click. Okay, we got that. Here we go. Your scene tab should now only have a Sprite 2D node. A Sprite 2D node needs a texture display. In the inspector on the right, you can see the texture properties say empty. To display the Godot icon, click and drag the file icon.svg from the file system dock into the texture slot. Okay, so we have this, right? Then we go to inspector, and then we go to texture here. Inherit? Do I just? So I just drag it here? No. Eh? Huh? Is it material? Is this it? No, that doesn't seem it. Huh? Eh? Did I misread it? Texture property say empty. Texture property. Texture properties. Oh, this one! Okay. Okay, I get it. So we move this guy. Put it here. Okay, and there's our texture. The icon. Okay. Then click and drag the icon in the viewport to center it in the game view. Okay, gonna center it right here. Right next to me. Then from there, we are creating a new script. To create and attach a new script to our node, right click on Sprite 2D in the scene dock and select Attach Script. Attach script. Okay. The attached script window appears. It allows you to select the script's language and file path among other options. Change the template field from no default to object empty. Okay, to object empty. To start with a clean file. Leave the other options set to their default values and click the create button to create the script. Okay, create. Okay. The script workspace should appear with your new sprite2d.gd file open and the following line code. Extend sprite2d. Sprite2d, yep, right here. And then it should say something, right? It's unsaved at the moment. Every GD script file is implicitly a class. The extends keyword defines the class the script inherits or extends. In this case, it's Sprite2D, meaning our script will get access to all the properties and functions of the Sprite2D node, including classes it extends like node2d, canvas item, and node. Okay. In GD script, if you omit the line with the extends keyword, your class will implicitly extend rough counted, which Godot uses to manage your application's memory. Hello world. Our script currently doesn't do anything. Let's make it print the text hello world to the output bottom label to get started. Add the following code to your script. Oh. Okay, I'll add that. Beep. Okay, I added the function. Cool. Ah, no, not emails. Let's break it down. The function keyword defines a new function named underscore init. This is a special name for a class's constructor. The engine calls init parentheses on every object or node upon creating it in memory. If you define this function, okay. Save the scene as sprite underscore 2D text scene if you haven't already. Then press F6 to run it. Look at the output button panel that expands. It should display hello world. Okay, a sprite 2D text scene. Sprite 2D text scene. How do I save it? Does it save? Save the scene. Save scene. Sprite 2D. Okay, there we go. Got that. Okay, if you haven't already, then press F6, run it. And then we look at the output at the bottom. So F6. Okay, it's right there. And then at the bottom it says hello world. You can't really see it though. Because it's hidden behind my chat. Delete the init function so you're only left with the line extends right 2D. Okay, let's go ahead and delete it. Ooh, and let's close this as well. So let's go ahead and delete this as per instruction. Okay, we have extend sprite 2D. Turning around. It's time to make our node move and rotate. To do so, we're going to add two member variables to our script. The movement speed in pixels per second and the angular speed in radians per second. Add the following after the extend sprite 2D line. So the pixels per second, I think it's this one, right? And the angular speed in radians per second is this one. Okay. Let's copy paste it. Paste. There we go. Member variables sit near the top of the script after any extends lines but before functions. Every node instance with the script attached to it will have its own copy of the speed and angular speed properties. To move our icon, we need to update its position and rotation every frame in the game loop. We can use the underscore process virtual function at the node class. If you define it in any class that extends the node class, like sprite2d, Godot will call the function every frame and pass it an argument named delta. The time elapsed since the last frame. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, paste. There we go. So the function keyword defines a new function. After it, we have to write the function's name and arguments it takes in parentheses. So that's the argument delta right there. A colon is the definition, and the indented blocks that follow are the function's content or instructions. Okay. The line inside the function rotation plus or equals to angular speed times delta increments our sprite's rotation every frame. Here, rotation is properly inherited from the class node2d, which sprite2d extends. It controls the rotation of our node and works radians. Run the scene to see the Godot icon turn in place. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. Oh! I did it! I did it! It's spin! Ooh, what if I added my chibi art, and then I just made it spin? That could be the loading screen, actually. That's kind of cute. Okay. Let's see. Moving forward. Let's make the node move. Add the following two lines inside of the underscore process. Oh, my kitty wants to head out. Okay, kitty, you want to go outside? Okay. Please go, baby. You may go outside. There you go, baby. side. Alright, so it says here we have to put this inside the underscore process function. Ensuring the new lines are indented the same way as the rotation plus equals. Okay. So within here, let's put it here. Something like that. Unexpected. Okay, yeah, it's all within the same indentation. Ensuring the new lines are indented as the okay. As we already saw, the var keyword defines a new variable. If you put it at the top of the script, it defines a property of the class inside a function. Inside a function, it defines a local variable. It only exists within the function's scope. So where did they want me to put this? Did I already put? Yeah, I put that in already. We define a local variable named velocity, a 2D vector representing both the direction and the speed. To make the node move forward, we start from the vector2 class constants vector2.up, a vector pointing upward, and rotate it by calling the vector2 method rotated. Get rotated! Sorry. This expression, vector2.up rotated rotation, is a vector pointing forward relative to our icon. Multiplied by our speed property, it gives us a velocity we can use to move the node forward. We add velocity times delta to the node's position to move it. The position itself is of type vector2. A built-in type in Godot representing a 2D vector. Run the scene to see the Godot head run in circles. Okay, let's go. There. Oh, it's spin! It's a little bit off center, but we got to spin. We got some little progress. Oh, did I finish my water? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do I still have water? Okay, I still have water. Thank goodness. I have like 2 water bottles here, so. Good sip. Good sip. My closed caption says that I said soup. I did not say soup. I said sip. I said sip. Good sip. Good sip. Let me see here. Alright, so we got this happening. It's just a little bit off center, which is fine. Alright, so our node currently moves by itself. And the next part, listening to player inputs. We'll use player input to control it. Ooh, okay. So this is the full one. Got it. Alright, so this might be a little bit difficult, but we literally, do I have enough time to get this down? Sorta. But I think for right now, I'll be actually ending the stream in a few moments because my voice is getting tired, but I feel like this is a good place to stop. Next time around, I'll be doing the second part here. We'll be completing my first 2D game next week, okay? Let's go ahead and let's see here. Actually, let's go back to chatting. So yeah, we finally did it. We got some good stuff happening with Godot. Oh man, the player input one is cool because you can actually like move how it's affect how it's moving. But overall, I think that's a pretty good start to my first day of learning Godot. I learned about scenes and nodes and signals and scene trees. Those are the 4 main components of Godot, and they're a lot easier than I thought. Generally, the difference between scenes and nodes respond to signals. Scenes do not. And nodes can be within scenes, and the whole thing is called a scene tree. And then there's node trees within specific scenes as well. So I'm learning quite a bit, and I'm learning why they have GDScript. It's because it's just to fit the needs of game developers specifically. Hi! Hi, Mexican Sonic. Hello. Nice to meet ya. I'm actually about to end stream soon because I think this is a good cutoff point. Because I finally got something moving. in Godot for the first time ever. Like, I basically got the Godot logo to rotate, and I feel pretty proud about that because I usually have a hard time understanding game engines, but I'm getting the grip with Godot, and that's a pretty good sign. So with that, let's figure out on who we should raid. And also, I hope any of you that are following along have enjoyed this as well. Let me know if you like this overall kind of content, and just let me know what you prefer. I mainly wanted to do this kind of content just for fun, really. And also, like, it helps me just stay committed to what I'm doing. Alright, so let me see here. If there's any recommendations, let me know, okay? Let's see here. Ooh, there is Mordecai. I do like Mordecai's content. He's working on game dev as well, so he's pretty cool. Oh, but there's another Godot person, Pixel Game Dev with Godot, and they're also pretty chill. Their name is Charles Cleven. Let me see here. Ooh, MMO. Wow, that's a lot of game dev. Okay. Oh, Mawiksi. Back to coding. Ooh, okay. And then there's me at the bottom. There's me. Well, I'm not at the bottom on Twitch per se, but it's more like, I pop out quite easily. You can see me right in the front. It's pretty funny. But it's just a matter of like, who would be a good choice? I mean, Mordecai is. Oh, what the? Huh? Hello? Oh, Sanko TV! Thank you for the follow! Welcome on in. Oh yeah, you follow me on Blue Sky. Hello! It's nice to meet you. I was right at the cutoff of my stream. I actually got something happening in Godot, but if people are... Hello, finally caught one of your streams. Hello, Sango! Am I pronouncing your name correctly? It's nice to meet you. Here, let me show you what I was making in Godot. So, I was following a tutorial, and I got it right. Cool. And basically what I did is, oh, no current. Okay, open. I basically made something spin. Look, it spun. That is like the latest thing I could do in Godot now. I'm pretty proud of myself because like, it takes me a while. Godot looks so cool. I kind of want to learn it for fun. Godot is honestly really easy to jump into. I basically read the documentation for about an hour, and then I started following the tutorial for another hour. And as a result, I can now make their logos spin. I can make it spin, and I can make things bounce now. So, and it was a lot easier than I thought. But then again, I do have some prior experience in game dev at some capacity, but this is my first time, like, well, not really first time, it's just a long time since I've coded. But yeah, it's a lot easier than I thought because they literally make you only focus on 4 kinds of concepts, which are nodes, scene trees, and signals. And once you get those 4 concepts down and you have a good basis on programming foundations, you could probably make some games. I'm going to continue with the tutorial next week at 8 p.m. And I hope that I can learn enough where I could recreate a classic game like maybe Pong or even Pac-Man. Galaga would be a really fun one because I really like Galaga personally. Tetris would be fun. Like, I want to do a couple streams where I remake classic games and really expand from there. And then once I get a good grip on that, I'll try more complicated types of games, just for fun. Because I feel like if you want to be a game developer, understanding how previous games are made will help me improve. Yeah. And like, my main overall goal is to make visual novels and RPG Maker-esque games that are very narrative based, because my strength is in writing.
And my second strength would probably be the arts and design side of things. Like I have a good eye for that, so I'm hoping that I can have some very artsy narrative games out someday. They probably won't be something that would be like to pay or anything. It's just little experimental games, and I want them to tie in with me as a content creator and have people experience that. So that's like a far off goal of mine with this as I learn about indie game development. And I hope to bring that to my work as well. And like, I want to be someone that can really help game developers at my job or like even outside of my job too. Like, if I could encourage people to become game developers, I think that would make me really happy. I want to encourage people to do what whatever they want to do that makes them happy and makes others happy. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and find someone to raid. If there's any recommendations, please let me know. I also don't mind hanging out for a little bit. It's just that I do have work tomorrow, so I need to consider that. Na, 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 na. Oh yeah. So if you've heard of Hades 2, it released today, early access. I've been playing some Hades 2 and oh my goodness, it is so freaking fun. It's such a fun game, and I understand better why people enjoy it so much. And it's mainly because it's because you are rewarded even when you fail, and it encourages you to learn in the current round of gameplay, and then when you die, you know what to do the next time. So it really encourages learning. Can I suggest Big Cam VT? Oh yeah, Big Cam is pretty cool. Ooh, they're doing late night. Yeah, I follow Big Cam. Big Cam is pretty great. I still need to beat Hades 1. I never beat Hades 1, actually. I have a habit of buying games and never completing them. I'm that kind of person. I just like to learn something from a game and then bring it to like other things. I see games as an experience to learn from. But let me check out how Big Ham is doing. Do, do, do. Their little hamster, a very cute hamster. Oh, they're rigging! They're rigging! Oh my goodness. Oh, what a cute little hamster! I love their 3D model. Is that a 3D model? It looks so 3D. Gosh dang, they're so freaking cute and adorable. I'm trying to complete games that I start nowadays, but they're right. That's the problem. There's so many. That's why I prefer shorter games these days because I want to be able to complete it. And yes, it's fun to play like high-end story games, but for me, I didn't grow up with like AAA games. I mainly grew up with smaller indie games. Yeah, she's using her 3D model today. Okay. Okay, we can raid Big Cam VT. So thank you for the suggestion, Sango. Let's go ahead. I don't know what to say for the raid message. I'll just put this Nethyr and then Nethyzens raiding. Hello. Okay, so I think that'll be the raid. What, the restream logged me out? Hello, restream. Do we need to have a talk here, buddy? Why did you log me out? That has never happened to me before in restream. What just happened? Hello? Question mark restream? Do we need to talk? Do you need something? Oh my gosh, restream. That's not a good sign, y'all. I can't even see chat. What the heck? Okay, well, alright. Continue. It's not letting me. What are you doing, restream? It just randomly logged me out. Cause what the heck? Okay. That doesn't work clearly. I kinda need to log in so I can chat with you all.
Restream has been acting real buggy, not gonna lie. But here, this is the raid. Oh wait, that is not the raid message. That is like coding. Ah, man, you gotta be like that. Let me see here. Nethyr and the Nethyzens are raiding. Hello. Okay, something like that should work. I hope that pops up for y'all. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Alright. Let me see here. Alright, let's go ahead and raid Big Him, okay? Thank you for the suggestion, by the way. Oh man, I hear myself. Cringe. Big Ham. Alright. Okay then. So make sure to Oh, what the? I did not mean to unraid. No! That was not my intention. Alright, so I just want to say thank you all for coming by and hanging out with me. It really means a lot. Feel free to follow me on my socials and make sure to press the subscribe button if you're on my YouTube or the follow button on my Twitch to make sure that you can keep up with this. I'll be streaming next Monday for another Godot stream. Hopefully we can like start on our first 2D game. And also I will be doing a collaboration with one of my group members of No Pointer Live, Kaitan. We will be playing Call of Duty MWZ this Friday, so keep an eye out on the announcement. I'll be promoting that as well. We're just probably gonna just hang out, talk about COD, talk about how to update our our setups and stuff, and really just have fun together. So keep an eye on that, and I highly recommend checking out Kaitan's content too, because she's super cool. She's currently making a game called Jack Schmidt, where you basically combine Five Nights at Freddy's and FPS. And it is so fun. It is so fun. I'm really excited for what she's making. So I want to support her project as much as possible. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the raid. Let's go. And with that, good night, everybody, and thank you again. And I'll see you this coming Friday. I will announce the time. And next Monday at 8 p.m. PT, okay? So with that, good night, Nethyzens. See ya!